Hi, this is the evaluation of the order trading system for April the 8th, 2021. We had 4 trades on that day. 3 were buys and 1 was a short sell. First trade was CTRM. That's Castor Maritime Incorporated. It tripped at 11:45 a.m. at a price of 48 cents. It was a buy. It closed the day at 51.65 cents, and it was a rise of 2.2%, so that's a positive. Okay. OBV came up. The afternoon was down, but it recovered at the end of the day, it looks like. MACD down, up a little bit, so it shows that little bit of a recovery at the end of the day. DI shows it was strongly up when it tripped. And then the rest of the day it looks like it moving back and forth a little bit. Basically, that's somewhat what Bollinger Band showing, somewhat sideways. It though stayed above the tripping price at close. Next trade is HAL. That's Halliburton Company. Tripped at 11:55:20 a.m. at a price of 21.30. It was a buy. Closed the day at 21.36, down 0.28%. So we'll consider that a positive outcome. Excuse me. And as you can see, yeah, it was moving up, volume-wise, up, down in the early afternoon, up in the mid-afternoon, and dropped a little bit at the end of the day. And MACD showing the same thing. It jumped up and then came down and did a little bit of recovery and dropped at the end of the day. DI showing pretty much the same thing. And Bollinger Band, it showed that came up and looks like it was roughly moving sideways. You can see there's a little bit of recovery actually in the mid-afternoon, which, yeah, this is what we're seeing. The other indicators are actually showing that too. So, yeah, that stock was moving positive. It was down from the previous day, but it was moving positive after it dropped in the morning. Next trade is FUV. That's Akimoto Incorporated. Tripped at 2:02:07 p.m. at a price of 12.61. It was a short sell. It closed the day at 12.65, up 0.80%. And yeah, I don't know. 207, 207. So we caught it right around this period of time. So caught it at this drop. And let's see, 12, well here, it came down and stayed down, 12.55, 12.61, 12.61, 12.61. It never moved below its tripping price. Check to see what the indicators are going to be saying. 1402, 1402. I was looking at OBV. I'd say OBV is showing that the stock is moving downwards. Volume is dropping. MACD showed again, also at its tripping price. It showed MACD was showing that it was dropping too. DI is showing that it's dropping, and Bollinger Band showing it's dropping. Interestingly enough, it did drop. Well, I should say drop. 202, which should be 1402. And yeah, it showed it. The stock is not. I don't have all the don't have all the data for this, but I would say that the indicators from the point of where they activated showed that the stock was moving down. Looks like it was moving down fairly strongly. Unfortunately, I don't have all the data, but I'm going to say it's a possible just because the indicators, the amount of data I have for indicators does look like it's moving downwards at the end of the day. It just happened to be, it looked like price-wise it recovered a little bit, but it was moving down. Next trade is NXTD. That's NXTD Incorporated. It tripped at 2:51:02 p.m. at a price of 125. It was a buy. Closed it at 125 and down 1.57%. 245. Let's see, 120, 45, 125. Yeah. It did not come up above its tripping price. Check to see what the indicators are showing. OBV showed that it jumped up, but volume-wise, the volume is showing that it came up around tripping price time. MACD showed from early afternoon to shipping price. It came up. Wow. See everything dropped off a little bit. DI showed came up, but also showed that it dropped quite heavily. So it was down negative wise. I don't feel comfortable saying this is even a possible because end of day DI is actually a big indication. Well, it's showing a big, negative movement at the end of the day. So, well, I say it's negative, but I can see that it did drop. So let's just say DI showing that it was negative in the late afternoon. But you can see it looks like positive activity was making a comeback and DI was dropping off. So closing showed that they're pretty much even, so that's not bad. And DI, when it was positive, was fairly positive, and MACD was positive. I'm gonna say a possible, even though late afternoon was showing somewhat a negative movement. It is showing end of day looks like it was making a recovery back to positive. So because of that, that's why I'm going to say it's a possible. So percent-wise, that's only 50%, but possible, I think that should be at least 100%. So not a great day, but not a terrible day. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.